Hey everybody, this is Kate Beaters, your breakthrough success expert. I'm here with a cool training. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know who's there, where you're from, what you're doing, um, all that good stuff. Oh, good, people can hear me. Yay! That's always a good thing. Let's see. I just want to get all these settings all set. Okay, and I'm here with my girl. Yay! She's just like snoozing. I don't think she's going to be teaching today. I think it's just me. Oh, good. You guys can hear me. Awesome. And hello to Michelle in London and Lynn in New York. Glad to have you guys here. So I have a really cool training for you today, and grab a pen and paper so you can listen in. So here's a riddle for you. Okay, or as they like to say, riddle me this. What does an airplane have to do with financial freedom? What does an airplane have to do with financial freedom? So maybe you've got some guesses. You got some guesses. Put it in the post and all that stuff. And I'm going to share what my answer is. So a few days ago, I was sitting in the dentist's office, and they had this really wide panoramic glass window, and a gorgeous day out, beautiful view of Boston, and I could see planes taking off from this view, and it was great. And I've always been fascinated with airplanes. I'll just be really honest. I've always been fascinated with them, and probably why I became a flight attendant. But whenever I see airplanes, I always wonder, well, who's on them, and who are these people? Are they going on the trip of a lifetime? Maybe they're flying somewhere to close a $1 billion business deal. Maybe it's a romantic trip, maybe a family reunion. It could be all sorts of things, a big vacation, all sorts of stuff. And I always like to kind of imagine, because it could be 1,000 different reasons people are traveling, and it just puts me in this place of expansiveness. And when I was a flight attendant, one of the benefits and perks we had were what they call passes. And it was literally a piece of paper, let me see, not much bigger than this, bookmark, a small little piece of paper. I think we paid something like $20 or $25 for, and it gave me a seat on any airplane. So imagine being in a big airport like LA, LAX, or Boston Logan, or Chicago O'Hare, or Atlanta's Hartfield, or San Francisco's airport, one of these big, huge airports. And I just had this, a ticket to ride, right? I could just go up to the counter and say, I want to be on this plane. And so it is. And I just love that feeling of expansiveness, no limits. And to me, that's another way of interpreting freedom. It's another way of getting freedom, is just not having limits and being able to go where I wanted to go when I wanted to go there. And financial freedom, to me, has less to do with the numbers. It has less to do with the numbers in your bank account, but more to do with the ability to live your life the way you want to live it. Meaning that you're less tied looking up to what your bank statement is or what your credit card balance is, but more just making decisions on what's best for you and what's aligned for you. And if you're listening to this training, you're probably an entrepreneur, right? So any entrepreneurs listening, hearts and likes and all that? And one of the reasons you become an entrepreneur is really for the freedom. Would you guys agree? I mean, the freedom to work the hours you want to work, where you want to work. I mean, we all love the idea, we kind of brag, I can just work anywhere. You take your laptop. Also, you get to choose who you want to work with, so it's that freedom, and how you want to work with them. So all these different types of freedom. Let me just put Callie down. Oops. All these different types of freedom allow you to have a successful entrepreneurial business. And in order to do that, you really have to have mastered two types of income. And one is mastering your foundation income. And foundational income is what I teach my private clients. That's all about being able to pay your monthly bills, whether it's your mortgage, your rent, your insurance, haircuts, if you've got a coach, medical, whatever, the things that you have every month. And you pretty well know what they are every month, because they're pretty standard every month. You're always going to have your rent or mortgage. You're always going to have your car payment. These things are consistent. But the other type of income that people don't think about, and this is where they end up in lots and lots of trouble, both financially and emotionally, or mindset-wise, is regarding their these unexpected expenses. And that's what I call you have to learn how to master your quick cash infusions. So what I mean by that, by unexpected expenses, is sometimes they're unplanned expenses, like your car needs new brakes, or your house needs a new refrigerator, or the bathroom toilet is leaking. It could be things like that. Maybe your computer goes on the fritz and just crashes. It could be something like that. One of my clients, she actually was making the foundational income she needed to make, through our work together. Her husband also was working, and between the two of them, like most couples, they kind of lived up to their income. Well, he got laid off. She, for a while they were okay, because when there's a layoff, you never know, is it going to last like a week or is it going to be a year? I mean, you really don't know. And his layoff lasted a lot longer than expected. She had something $11,000 in bills that were starting to be due, like seriously due, because of his lack of income coming in. And she did what's kind of normal for most people. You kind of go into that panic, and a bit of the victim mode, like, why does this always happen? Why does it happen to me? And all the things you tell yourself about what's, that you'll never be able to fix it, and there's always a problem, and things never work out, and all this kind of stuff, and just this fear, and just this belief that you can't solve it. And when that happens, it makes you really, really tiny. It makes you really small, right? Because you're constricting and contracting. But instead, when she learned how to do her quick cash infusion and bring in over $11,000 in just a couple of weeks, instead that put her in a place of power. So that's one way that these unexpected expenses can pop up, which is why you need to be able to master quick cash infusions. The other way you need to do is for good stuff. It's for cool stuff. Maybe you want to go on a trip somewhere. Maybe somebody is renting a house on the beach somewhere, and they invite you, but you got to get on a plane to get there. Or maybe you get this really cool speaking opportunity, but you've got to pay your fare to get there. Well, if you don't have the money, what are you going to do? Say, "Well, I have a nice time. Call me next time." Meanwhile, they found somebody else, and you've lost this opportunity. So instead, we want to have you learn to really be in a place of power and be able to make decisions on what's best for you. So for me, quick cash infusion is more about being able to make the best decisions for you. So you make decisions on what you want and be able to have the money when you need it. And I go into a lot more detail if you go to katebeaters.com/quick cash. That's katebeaters.com/quick cash. And I believe it's really, really important for you to be able to master this type of income, because otherwise what happens typically is either, like I said, you go into that tizzy, and either you're in tears, or you're frustrated or disappointed or scared or whatever, and you don't make a good decision. Your brain, just won't function as strategically as it needs to be. Or else maybe you decide to, what's that expression? Borrow from rob Peter to pay Paul. I think that's how it goes. I always mix up the names, but but then you've done that, but then how are you going to pay Paul, right? So, you're just kind of moving things around, but you're putting a Band-Aid on the problem instead of solving it. And I want you to be able to make the best decision. So if you need a new refrigerator, if your refrigerator goes on the blink and you need a new one, instead of looking for the cheapest one, get the one that works for you, one that, is going to have a good warranty, that's going to last a while, not one you're going to have to replace in 2 years. Or if you need service work, you're not calling the cheapest fly-by-night guys, who don't stand by their work, and, a week later it's falling apart again, but you actually hire some really good people. The same too, if you're looking to build your team and bring someone in, to quick help you with something, you want to hire someone good, not the cheapest person around. That expression, you get what you paid for. So I want to invite you to consider this really powerful invitation I have for you, and that's to register for the Quick Cash Infusion course. And again, that URL, if one of my team members could put that out, it's katebeaters.com/quick cash. And what you'll see on this page is that I'm teaching you the system, and I've been teaching the system for about 7-8 years, and teaching you the system of how to master quick cash, because it's actually a formula and a system that I put together. And once you get it, it's like you've learned this muscle, and you can actually be able to do this over and over and over again. There's no expiring date or expiry, as they say in Canada. There's no expiration date. You can use it. I've had clients use it for 7 years, and they can use it for another 7 years. It doesn't go out of date what I'm teaching you, because I'm teaching you the strategy and we're doing the mindset work. And that stuff will always, always be there. That stuff will not change. It's not like a Facebook algorithm. Now, if you look at the page, again, that's katebeters.com/quick cash. And hey, Cindy, how are you? I'm just looking at my glasses to see you there. Nice to see you. And nice to see you, Faye. So if you go to katebeters.com/quick cash, you'll see that I've got a couple of really special bonuses for you if you register today. So first of all, there's over $4,000 in both savings and bonuses. The first is you're going to get a quick cash savings by registering today, because you'll get to save 70%, which is $700. It's normally $997, almost $1,000. It's $297. So that's a huge, huge, huge savings. And honestly, this program is worth 5-10 times the original price. If you look at the different testimonials on there, you'll see people who got 4,000, 6,000, this amount, that amount, 3 new clients, this thing, that thing. There's no limit. Plus, they keep doing it over and over and over again. So it isn't like you just use it once and then you got to throw it out. You can use it as many times as you like. So that's a savings, a huge savings. Also, you'll see there's all sorts of bonuses because I really wanted you to be able to immerse yourself in the Quick Cash Infusion system. The way this is supposed to work is that it should only take you 2 to 3 weeks to download and listen to the audios. So you're going to be able to get all sorts of things like a Quick Cash Infusion movie I made for you. It takes under 2 minutes to watch. I still watch it. I like it. It makes me feel like, yep, I'm a money magnet. And that's why I created it for you. There's also some tapping, which is one of the most powerful mindset techniques, because the thing I know is that I can teach you all the best strategies in the world. But if you've got this belief like it works for everybody else, after reading their testimonials, but it'll never work for me, then that's going to be the results you get. So we want to switch that for you. So I've got tapping for you. I've got the movie for you. I've got all sorts of other really cool resources. That's about $1,500 in bonuses. And then even though this is a downloadable self-study program that you do by yourself on your own, I decided to also offer 2 Q&A calls. And you'll be able to get on those calls whether you need strategy help, mindset help, tapping help, law of attraction help. I'm there for you. Whether you just want to say hello or just say like, am I doing this right? Whatever. I will be there for you. So you get 2 live calls. For that, you also are going to be listening to previous downloadable Q&A calls from a previous course. So you get that as well. The system. What else am I giving you? I'm also giving you a ticket to my next 2-day live event. That's a $497 value. That's because I love community and I love being able to pull all you together. So you'll get that. And there's also a mystery bonus. So that's going to be something very cool. So over $4,000 in savings and bonuses, very cool. But more importantly, this is something that's going to empower you. And that's what's really important, because if you're always making decisions based on that number, that's a really, really small way to live. If you're always deciding, I can only do this or I can only do that based on what's in your bank account or how much you can charge on your credit card, that makes you small. I want to put you in that place of power that you say, you know what, this is the best thing for me, or this is the best thing for my family, or this is the best thing for my business. And I'm saying yes to it because I know how to bring in the money that I need when I want it. Isn't that a place of power? So that's what I want for you. So again, katebeters.com/quick cash. Now understand you can always register later, but if you register later, you're going to miss all these cool bonuses. So I'm really trying to encourage you, like, don't miss the boat here, or don't miss the plane, and I want you to be able to do whatever you want to do. I want you to see all the different ways people have made quick cash infusions. You'll see on that page. I want you to be able to travel where you want, do for your business, whatever you want, do for yourself, your family, whatever you want. And the way you do that is becoming empowered and changing your relationship with money. So if that sounds good for you, go ahead, register today. You'll be able to start the course today, start your very own quick cash infusion. So why wait, right? Start today, start moving, start rocking and rolling. And again, katebeters.com/quick cash. And any questions, please email my team, info@katebeters.com. That's info@katebeters.com. So everybody, until we meet again, or if I see you or hear you on the Q&A calls, be brilliant. Bye now.